Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to some audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to modern audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV's content may not be suitable to audiences. Your discretion is advised. Wrestling POV.
You know, we could wager 5 points.
Oh, I wagered 5.
You know what I'm saying?
You
put up 4, Mimi.
Oh.
You put up 4. Put up 1 more. There you go. Good girl. Her and her husband are the first couple to be put in the bottom of the toilet.
In the toilet. Sitting in the toilet.
So you can say the two of them are number 2s?
When I say butt is with a big old B-U-T-T. But
no one laughed.
Ruthless Aggression era was the worst era of wrestling.
It was not.
Yes, it was so.
The stars so far through their pain barrier, then doze them. You know what's messed up though? I understood that.
To license it.
Okay?
Or drop a DM.
Or drop a DM. What's DM mean?
A doodle
It's
man.
a direct message.
Doodle
He's
man.
a doodle man.
I don't want no doodle man.
Here's your headline.
Hello everyone. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with Mimi Goody. Yeah! And Jesus Christ. And the third wheel, Rick Serrano the Turd. Yeah! And our intern, Miguel Cole. Yeah! For some reason, that did not sound right coming from Miguel.
Hey, I tried.
Yeah,
New Yorkers in the house.
Yeah, New York.
New Mexico.
That didn't sound right. No.
Bustelo.
Yeah.
Bustelo is in the house.
Jesus Christ. All right, we got the pay-per-view this weekend, Extreme Rules.
Wow.
So with that being said, that means we're going to have it's the Wrestling POV points game. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which points game?
Yeah. Which points game? Is that what you just said?
And there, what number are we at with the points game?
What are you talking about, Willis? We're on episode 128. I don't know if that's what you meant.
No, about the pay-per-view points game. Like, this is our 5th.
Well, I don't know.
This is like number 7,000.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jeez, aren't you counting?
It's 128.
Because I wasn't. Anyway, no, we got lots to talk about today. We got the pay-per-view points game, which our current champion, Elio, right?
Elio Canelo, 2-time champ.
Did he bring the title back to the States, or is he still overseas?
He's still overseas. He's gonna give us his points like the day of. Like, he's coming back the day after the pay-per-view. So his points will be Italian official.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And of course the bet of all bets, which means there's only going to be one of 2 people that's going to be at the bottom of the barrel, and that's between you and Jazzy J, Rick.
Oh man, so nervous.
You're not nervous?
I'm so nervous.
Well, what if she beats you, Rick?
She won't. Okay. It's been proven that I don't lose.
Yeah, but you're like 0-3 as far as betting goes. So you got to take that into consideration. Actually, this should be a points game in itself. Who will beat who, and we could wager 5 points.
I wagered 5.
You know what I'm saying?
On
you put up 4. Mimi.
Oh.
You put up 4. Put up 1 more. There you go. Good girl.
On Jazzy.
Jesus.
And that's why Mimi's never won a championship.
Exactly.
Always picking the losers.
So yeah, but Rick, you are 0-3 as far as bets go. So I mean, how do you feel about getting into this bet this weekend?
Not nervous at all.
But what if you lose, Rick? Not only are you gonna have to do a live Facebook show tearing up another Dolph Ziggler shirt. But
he's got 10 more.
He probably does. But you're gonna be in the bottom of the barrel.
I would
Your
never be on the bottom of the barrel.
Your face
Tony.
will be on the toilet.
Listen, if I have to rip my shirt again, you know what? Yeah, it's a loss. I lose the shirt. But you know what else? Every woman and man out there are gonna be blessed to see this chest.
Oh boy, really now?
Bingo!
Yeah. Well, hey, them too.
But let's not forget, Jazzy J, if she loses, which she will, we'll be walking around with a Sami Zayn baby doll.
That's right. Oh. And that would be recorded, and of course, you would be in the bottom of the barrel too. And you know what? That's going to be a record too. They're going to be. If she gets put in the bottom of the barrel, that means her and her husband are the first couple to be put in the bottom of the barrel.
In the toilet. Sitting in the toilet.
So you can say the two of them are number twos? That's just nasty.
That was it? That's it?
That's it.
No more than that? Yeah? Okay. All right. Well, hey, you tried, Rick. You gave it a shot.
That's right.
All right. Now, before we go any further, we have to talk about the Facebook poll and the hater comment of the week. Now, I posted this comment thinking, all right, you know what? I don't think this should be a blowout, number one. Number two, I didn't think that I was going to open up a can of worms that I did when I posted this. So a lot of people were butthurt over it.
Yep.
I'm a little bit upset because of the outcome of the poll. And here's the question. All right? The question is, should Chris Benoit be put in the Hall of Fame? Now, Rick, we'll go to you first.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Mimi. And then we'll go to myself. Just to get that out of the way of what we thought would... what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on Chris Benoit is that he does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely not. I don't care what he did in the ring. I don't care about anything that he did. He murdered his family. That's all I can say. He murdered his family. I mean,
yes.
No, absolutely not. That's a tarnish on the sport of wrestling. That's a black mark on WWE in general, and I do not believe he belongs in the Hall of Fame. And just for those smarks out there, I don't believe Jimmy Snuka should be in the Hall of Fame either. If you got anything to say about that as well.
Okay.
So,
all right.
There you go.
Okay. So now I'm just gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate. Now, people are saying, and these were some of the comments, and like I said, there was close to 200 comments based on this. I'm not going to read all 200. I'm just going to go through some, but I'm going to play devil's advocate real quick. Now, there was a big issue with China not being in the Hall of Fame because she did a porno. Now, a lot of people are saying because she died, oh yeah, they'll probably put her in, but that's a different story. But what I'm trying to get at and say is that for me, I didn't care if she did a porno. It didn't bother me. It was the fact that her wrestling, I was looking at her wrestling career, not what she did outside. You know what I'm saying? That's why I thought she should be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Now, isn't this kind of the same thing with Chris Benoit?
Last time I checked, porn is 100% legal. So, murdering your kid and your wife is illegal. True. And it's porn is legal.
She overdosed, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's the same thing. She was doing illegal drugs.
Oh, got a point there.
Yeah,
but what?
but it comes. Listen, drugs is a whole nother aspect of things. It's an issue that people have. Control issues. I understand this whole thing. They talk about concussions that he had and stuff like that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, murder is murder. And in the sport of WWE, there are a bunch of people that have done drugs. Shawn Michaels was addicted to pills, and he turned his life around. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah. Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Like, so these Hall of Famers, so we wouldn't have any Hall of Fame if it came down to drugs.
That's true.
All right, so
I was playing devil's advocate.
So what are your thoughts on it, though, Mimi?
My thoughts is that China didn't hurt anybody but herself.
No, but I'm asking about the whole Chris Benoit thing.
I don't think I agree 100% with Rick. No, he doesn't belong there.
And I don't either. I mean, there is two
I was
different
shocked
sides.
at that poll.
I was too.
You know, I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
All right, so before we give the numbers on the poll, these are some of the comments. James Davis says, no, not no, but hell no. John says, I don't think the WWE will put a murderer into the Hall of Fame, do you? And then this guy, he must be a moderator, I guess, because there's a handprint, is Yaviel Sama. He says, Jimmy Snuka, Scott Hall, should I go on? Scott Hall, he committed, he
murdered someone, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. Who?
Yeah. If you watch it, it was on his, he had a special, Scott Hall had a special where he talked about it.
Really?
He had an altercation with a man in, it was in a parking lot or something like that, but yeah, he got off. I think it was I think the guy was trying to kill him.
Oh, wow.
And he got control of it.
Self-defense.
Yeah, pretty sure something like that.
A little different.
That is, yeah.
All right, so now here's where it gets a little bit like, I was like, okay, and I just had to keep reading this, and it was quite interesting. But then John Semple, he came out again, and he says, and before anyone gives me any slack, just stating the obvious. He was just talking about putting the murderer in the Hall of Fame. Then Michael Allen, he says, yes, he should. And I was like, okay, why do you think that? And he says, because he didn't kill his family. So Michael went on, he says, he went on and this is what he said. Of the reports I've seen, and this thing I'm about to put on this post makes more sense than anything I've ever heard from other people. And I said, okay. That's why I put up this question, because there's a lot of conspiracies out there, which is true. There was a lot of conspiracies. And then he went on and he said, I believe he still should be in the Hall of Fame. I was like, damn. This guy Quinn, he says, hell no, and I don't think he'll ever be. Brock, he says no, even from a business standpoint. And then Michael Allen, again, he put up a post, a website, and it said 24 reasons that will prove that Chris Benoit is innocent. And then this other guy, Brock, put up a website and saying, Chris Benoit conspiracy theories debunked. What really happened? So now he went on to a conspiracy theory that he didn't do this. So Josh came out and says, watch his matches and look in the encyclopedia for your answer. Not what I was asking, okay? But I get where he was coming from. James, he comes out, he says the conspiracy theories are just that, theories. Rob Sermon, so how is the unfortunate child wife killer can't go into the Hall of Fame? The fact that he was a great wrestler became completely irrelevant the moment he killed his family. Absolutely. I agree. So now this was a little bit interesting. Barry Davis, he said, if he did do it, it was due to a mental break due to his multiple head traumas. He did not know what he was doing. It would be like if a soldier who has PTSD breaks and kills his or her family, which has happened. Now, I can speak heavily on this. It's not. I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about. Number one. No. Number two. He was never diagnosed with PTSD. No. So, try something else. Anyway.
And yeah, he had concussions.
Right.
But that was his only diagnosis. You know what I mean? He
wasn't
didn't have
PTSD.
well, not even that. He didn't have any other symptoms of mental illness.
Right. Yep.
You know, any symptoms of mental illness. So for them to even use that is like. you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
But also to play devil's advocate, CTE, which is the concussion disease they came up with. If you watch the movie Concussion, I mean, the way they coming across this whole concussion thing, it's very serious. And
well, yes, you're right.
It has a huge effect on your mind.
You do have a huge effect on your mind and everything else. But, okay, when I say but, is with a big old B-U-T-T. But
no one laughed.
But you know, it does have a huge effect, but there is I forget that word.
Consequences.
There's definitely consequences for your actions, but you can see the pattern over and over again. Okay,
right.
He didn't have that pattern.
It's true. I agree.
So Jesse Fonda says, and he confirms with the Scott Hall thing, he said that was a self-defense and was accidental. He wrestled the gun away from this guy, so apparently a guy threw a gun on him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Drew?
Drew. He drew a picture of it.
Oh, okay.
And showed it to Scott Hall. And he said, would you sign this? And he said, no. And he took it away. So anyway, I think this is the hater comment because I hate people who do this shit. It's from K. Arion Fairchild. He wrote, this shit again? Fucking sick of this topic. So then don't fucking comment. Shut the fuck up.
Keep on scrolling.
You know, just keep on scrolling. Don't be a fucking troll, dumbass.
Ooh, he's a troll.
So then now, here's where I started to get annoyed. Mikey Hart said yes. Chris Blanco said 100% yes. Vivek Shahidu, whatever, he said yes. James Honeycutt said yes. Chris Lawrence
said yes?
Yeah, he did. Tony Cavallero said no. Chris Lawrence, call me foolish, but I saw a video on the conspiracy about the events that made me think twice on whether he actually did. Maybe I feel this way as he was one of my favorites and that it has blindsided me, but surely there's a small part in everyone that wishes he didn't do it. Interesting. Paul Whitehouse said this is a conspiracy theory. Not what I was asking. Brandon Ledford said, fuck no. Alrighty, Paul Whitehouse, he still said yes. Amazing. Then it went on to just other crap. Snoop Dogg's in it, so why not? I was like, alright.
But Snoop Dogg didn't kill nobody.
No, he did not.
That he's got caught for.
That he got caught for. Now here's one person. Tell me if you agree with him or not. Marcus Kastler said, Hall of Fame is about what you have contributed to the business, not personal life.
Yeah, but like they
there's
said,
got to be something.
You're right, but you're wrong because the minute it happened, it tarnished his career.
Absolutely.
So
now, and I look at it this way: it's two different things I know, but it's kind of the same thing. Everybody knows who Michael Vick is, right?
Yep.
So
yes, sir.
He did that thing that was illegal
with the dogs,
with the dog fighting, and look at what happened to his career. Yep. Right. So I mean, for me, it's like, you know,
even if he would have survived, and it still tarnished his freaking.
This is how you figure it out. Google the name Chris Benoit and what pops up. That's how you judge whether he belongs in the Hall of Fame or not. You Google Chris Benoit, the first thing you're going to see is murderer.
Exactly.
Kill his child. Suicide. Killed himself after he killed his wife and his kid.
Yep.
Nothing about his professional wrestling career. That's how you judge somebody. You know what? That's how we should judge people in life. Google it. And whatever comes up, that's how I'm going to judge you. So if you look up me, you'll see champion, iconic, sex symbol, stuff like that. So judge me on that.
Okay. You're kind of wrong, Rick, about the Google thing.
I just Googled it. It says Canadian professional wrestler. Yeah. And then underneath it says double murder and suicide.
There you go.
All right, so now I'm going to go over the questions from our fans from the Facebook page.
Facebook page?
From that Facebook page. No, I'm talking about our loyal listeners. Adam Monet said he was one of the all-time greats, but that's like giving Stalin. Who's Stalin?
Stalin.
Stalin, who's that?
World War II.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my God.
A Nobel Peace Prize. Matt Novak. He said he would have been a guaranteed Hall of Fame entrant eventually. But what kind of example would it set to him to have him inducted? He had such talent in the ring, but his out of the ring personal issues will forever taint his legacy. Mm-hmm. So then I asked dear old Matt Novak, I said, so do you think that the tragedy was a conspiracy theory? Because that's what everybody coming out and saying. And he says, somebody knows something. We don't, but I do think he did it and someone discovered it or knew about it before the police updated Wikipedia. So then he puts up a gif of Vince McMahon uncovering his hood and revealing himself. Now, and that was the other thing too. A lot of questions or comments from the other Facebook page that I posted this on. They said there were talks about Kevin Sullivan being involved in this because he dated Nancy and all this other stuff. And Kevin Sullivan, he's an odd dude. I guess he's a Satan worshiper too. That's what I heard. Now, Jay Hubble, he says, I think he should.
What?
Yes.
Isn't Jay Hubble the guy who had a heart attack and was in the hospital? Okay.
Yeah.
They must have replaced his heart.
Whoa, Chris Benoit?
The drugs that he's on. The drugs that he's on is affecting his thinking.
Jay, what kind of medicine you on, brother? I need to know. All right, so Conrad Newton, he says, I know and understand that what Chris Benoit did was completely unacceptable, although his mental condition did play a part in it. But in circumstances like these, I feel you have to separate the wrestler from the man and the acts he committed. Our very own Wilfredo Cruz, a former champion, came out and says, I know what he did was wrong. Nobody knows what kind of demons he had, so we cannot judge him. But you cannot take away that he was a great wrestler and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. They should leave out what he did and judge him for his wrestling only. Yeah. You guys agree with that?
No, I say that, yes, he was a great wrestler. We've never denied that at all. But.
Big old butt.
Big old butt. His personal life tainted his career.
Okay. And I agree.
And I'm looking at his wrestling career, and WCW, he was a nobody, and then coming into WWE, you were part of the worst era of wrestling, the Ruthless Aggression era.
Stop!
Ruthless Aggression era was the worst era of wrestling.
It was not.
Yes, it was so, because people just stopped watching that crap.
No.
Benoit was overrated 100%. I don't even think his career could get him into the Hall of Fame.
Well, our friend Jared used to call him Benoit.
That's true. He did call him Benoit.
And
I don't know
Jared,
if you were going that with that.
But Jared, he's, whatever he says is right, and he always dissed him. So if he dissed him, I'm gonna diss him.
All right.
You right?
Sure. Okay. So now, Ryan Estrada from Amsterdam, New York, he says he should not. If Pete Rose can't be in the Hall of Fame, why should Benoit? He killed his family, then himself, so no. By the way, Pete Rose was a great player, too.
Oh, that's true.
Richard Masamoon Ashkoff. Ooh. He said Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame. Laugh out loud. But he is right. Jeff Morris is rich. He's replying to him. He goes, no, he isn't. Bert New, he says, I hate to tell you, but he is in the Hall of Fame. It just happens to be the WWE Hall of Fame. That don't make sense. Todd Lang, he says, by all rights, Jimmy Snuka should be removed for the same reasons. But that being said, personally, I think it would be bad publicity if it were to happen. I don't think it's a good idea, especially for a publicly traded company, nor will it ever happen, unless Benoit is somehow resolved of his crimes by new information coming forward. If he was innocent, that is, which is doubtful. Christian Muttenhaler. I love that last name. Muttenhaler.
Muttenhaler.
He or she? He goes, didn't he murder his family and kill himself? I said, yeah, he did. Richard Masahamin Ashkoff, he came back again. He says, although he did commit a great atrocity, I feel that the man's career should get what? The recognition it deserves. In all fairness, if it wasn't for WWE pushing the star so far through their pain barrier, then those them. That's how, you know what's messed up though? I understood that. That's not right. All right. He goes, that those them that he did write. If you look on the Facebook page, he did write that on there.
I'm reading it right now.
Up on what do you say? Them up on a cocktail of drugs so they can perform night in and night out. The wellness policy is a direct result of this kind of thing. I still think it should be called Benoit's rule, but there you go. Great wrestler, great career. Put him in. Personally, it has never put me off him at all. Gone but never forgotten. Joel Chinaleo.
Pete Rose is in the Cincinnati Hall of Fame. That's about it.
Good for him. He wrote Hell No, but it's supposed to be Hell No. Cristobal Pimento. He says no husband should hurt their family. Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of respond to what Richard Ashcroft said on his last comment. Now, I was in the wrestling business for a long time.
20 plus years.
20 plus years.
Almost, because don't forget my time.
Right. And I've seen a lot of things in the back that I can't really say on air. Do I agree with what Richard said? He's right in a sense. Not all the way right, but he's right in a sense to where there is wrestlers out there, and we mentioned it earlier, that did take pain pills, but there was a lot of indie wrestlers that I saw that did take the pain pills and cope with it their own different way, doing different types of pills just to take the pain away. But at the end of the day, it was all on them. Okay, as an indie wrestler, you choose your dates on when you want to wrestle. But of course, if you do want to keep having that relationship with that promoter, you'll attend all those shows. You go to all those shows. In WWE, and maybe it has something to do with what CM Punk had said too, that they kept wanting to push him and keep wanting him to wrestle and wrestle and wrestle, even though he was hurt. There's still a point of time where you got to come out and say, listen, I'm hurt. I can't do this. I need a break. Give me at least 2 weeks. It's been done before. Okay, but the thing of it is, a lot of wrestlers nowadays, whether it's in the indies or it's in the professional leagues, in the big leagues, that they feel that the minute they say they need a break, they think they're going to lose that spot. So back in the Ruthless Aggression days, there was a lot of top guys there. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Jericho. There was a lot of top guys there. And if you ask each and every one of them, and I've heard them say this too, that they were afraid to take a step back or take a day off because one of them guys was eager to step in and take their place, and it would happen that quick. Mm-hmm. So it's up to them is what I'm trying to say. And do you want that spotlight, to reflect your health? You know what I'm saying? So which one was worth it? So, so that's just responding to what he was just talking about. So I kind of agree with him, kind of don't, but I kind of do. Now, this is what pissed me off, of course. The poll results were 71% of the people said yes. And we had over 700 votes.
Dang.
29% said hell no. And now, I'm kind of glad this happened because you disagree with this results, right, Rick?
Yes, absolutely.
And Mimi, you disagree with it?
Absolutely.
And I do too. Now, the point I'm trying to make with this is, so when SmackDown wins a poll, sometimes them motherfuckers ain't right.
Sometimes, 71% of the time.
Yeah. So that's all where I'm coming from with this. All right, Rick, go ahead and read off the other poll that you got.
Damn.
Right. It's true. I mean, it's 8 weeks in a row, right? All right. So next up, all right.
Lee.
This one I really enjoyed.
Okay.
I really thought about this one. which trio deserved a bigger push than what they got in WWE? The Brood or the Wyatt family?
Now, I was thinking of this one, and I went with the Brood. But as I kept thinking about it, and the only reason why I went with the Brood is because I wanted to see that faction go on further.
Yes.
But the thing of it is that they had other plans for Edge and Christian. Obviously, they both became world champions, where Gangrel, nothing happened to him. He owns a school, by the way. Always plugging it, too.
Do you see the shape that he is in?
Yeah.
He looks good, man.
Yeah.
So he's still in good shape. But it was like they had nothing for him, which I thought it was a missed opportunity because of the fact that was a good faction. I love the Brood. A lot of people love the Brood. Now you look at the Wyatt family. It was a good faction. And I think that's another one that needed to go a little bit further instead of splitting them up right away, because they saw something in Luke Harper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they see Bray Wyatt as a standalone character, and I disagree with it, But, thinking about all those scenarios and intricacies and celluloids, I was like, you know what? I like I said, initially I went with the Brood, but I think I might switch it to the Brood. No, because seriously, I would have liked to have seen them do more with it. They didn't do much with it. They did enough with the Wyatt family, but not too much. So I still have to go with the Brood.
Yeah, and I have to agree. I think the Brood has so much potential, and I can see the Brood in every era of wrestling. It's just like they could fit everywhere. Yep. And all three guys could have been main event guys, but if you put them all together, and I just wish they had a little bit more time.
Yeah.
They did well with the ministry and stuff like that, but they had so much potential. The character, listen, Gangrel lives and breathes that character.
Yes,
I feel
he
like
does.
if they would have gave him more to do on his own, I think they would have gone a lot further.
Yeah. Just imagine today a fantasy booking of the Brood versus the Wyatt family.
Oh my God! Yes,
that would be probably one of the biggest feuds out there right now.
Oh my God! Yes.
So, Mimi, what are your thoughts? Which one?
I went with the Wyatt. I didn't like Gangrel.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Rick?
So you weren't fanging and banging?
No, she wasn't fanging and banging. No.
I guess not. All right. Well, some of the comments. Sandy Skeets said Wyatt family. Andrew Cooper, Wyatt family. William G. Nichols says Brood deserved nothing. They were a terrible knockoff of the Lost Boys.
Yes, that's how I felt.
Jesus Christ. Is that hater comment of the week or what?
I
think so. Yeah. No, because hold up. Wait a minute now. Before you go on, Rick. Woman, I'm a huge fan of the Lost Boys.
Thank you.
Love the Lost Boys. But they were in the 80s.
It was a knockoff. So
They were too. No.
So different.
So different. It's like if somebody came out and said that they're copying off of Twilight.
They were.
Twilight came afterwards.
Well, listen what Charlie Wheeler had to say. Charlie Wheeler says, and the Wyatt family was Vince's take on every redneck show on cable TV.
Absolutely.
Boom.
Booyah is right.
Damn. This is going to be hard to judge which one. Is that all the comments, Rick?
Yeah, that's all the comments we got, yeah.
So, what do you think? Hater comment.
I think William G. Nichols definitely has to hater comment of the week.
I tried to save you, brother.
Yeah,
all right, so William G. Nichols, get him, Miguel.
Haterade. He officially gets the Haterade.
Yes.
Actually, that's what we should call it, the Haterade Award. How about that?
Drink it
in, man. That's what we'll call it, that the Haterade Award or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll work out the intricacies later.
The poll ended up 58% for the Wyatt family, 42% for the Brood.
Wow.
Not too bad. They're pretty close.
Yeah. That is close.
Man.
That is
what
close.
I wouldn't give for the Brood to come back and do something. Gangrel, man. Even Gangrel by himself. Just one more run.
I think he can do it.
He can definitely
do it. He can do it. All right, so that is the Facebook poll of the week. Stay tuned, obviously, for more Facebook polls. And you know what? I've been saying this before. If you guys have a suggestion of a poll that you want to see if, how the outcome would be, shoot us comment on our Facebook page and say, hey, create a poll on this. And we'll do it. Okay?
Or drop a DM.
What's DM?
A doodle
It's a
man.
direct message. Come on.
Doodle man.
A doodle man.
Ew, I don't want no doodle man. Ew. That's just nasty, man. I don't know why I went Jamaican. And then I went Jamaican.
He said, drop the doodle man.
Drop the doodle man. All right, no. Send a direct message. Yeah, do that, and we'll create the poll. We got no issues with that. Just do that. All right.
We just won't dance on the pole.
Yeah, we just won't dance on the pole, and don't pull this.
I might dance on the phone.
No, you did last week and you fell. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
All right, so now, all right. Before we go any more, let's further. Let me try that again. Before we go any further, let's talk about the wrestling news from around the world. Take it away, Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobby.
All right, before we do all that, let's get to some birthdays. I don't know what accent that was. I don't know what I was going for, like California, British.
I don't know what the fuck you were doing.
Southern.
I think you were still fagging and banging.
What day is it? Wednesday? No.
I don't know what today is. I don't know what today is. I did a Shinsuke right there. I don't know what today is.
That was more like a old Kofi Kingston
Kingston, who used to be Jamaica.
We're gonna run right through this because we reached that point in the year where we got like 10 birthdays. So we're gonna just run right through this real quick.
Jesus.
Bully Ray turns 47 years old.
Wow.
Dink the Clown, the little man, turns 62 years old. Speaking of little man, Gilbert turns 59 years old. J-A-R-R-E-T-T, Jeff Jarrett turns 51 years old.
Wow.
Speaking of old, and I'll say it to his face, let him try to choke me, Kevin Nash turns 59 years old. Shelton Benjamin turns 43 years old. Tyson Kidd turns 38. X-Pac turns 46. Sami Zayn turns 34. I'm so sorry. Sami Zayn is not going to be around for a while.
Not for long, at least a year.
And last but not least, Brock Lesnar turns 41 years old.
Hey, speaking of Brock Lesnar, did you see the teeth thing that they had, that his teeth was grinding down?
No.
Like they look almost
nasty.
It was nasty, yeah. I'll show it to you later. It was gross. It looks horrible.
Really? I didn't see it, no. Hey, so what else you got, Rick?
Alright, that's all I got for birthdays. Let's get into the wrestling news from around the world. Alright, my first bit of news. Ladies and gentlemen, did you watch the UFC this past week?
Yep.
Well, if you didn't, Daniel Cormier defeated Stipe Miocic for the UFC Heavyweight Championship.
Rigged.
Yeah, so
it was rigged.
It wasn't.
For all you WWE fans, you know that this was definitely storytelling.
Yeah.
Because not 2 minutes after Daniel Cormier, who I think is a bum fighter, not 2 minutes later, he calls out Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Why?
I never fought against Brock Lesnar before, and Brock Lesnar, get your ass out here, and you know what? I don't know.
Is Daniel Cormier here?
Yeah, I know, right? Hold on. Actually, you know what? We got footage of that incident. All right, listen to what happened.
I want to hear what it says.
Listen to DC. Listen to DC. There's a guy that I've known for a long time.
So Brock Lesnar comes up and he pushes him. And he didn't give him a full push either.
He almost flew across the stage.
Yeah.
He said, push me now, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Push me now, I'm gonna sleep later.
You go to sleep later.
Marks.
Yeah.
And he tried to push Brock back.
Yeah.
He barely touched and moved him. Why would you talk to Brock? Makes no sense.
Let me tell you something. I walked into this building and watched the heavyweight disasters from the beginning. Nagano's a piece of shit. Mioci's a piece of shit. DC, I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
For everyone that says, why doesn't Brock Lesnar speak? That's why. He's sitting around calling people a piece of shit and a motherfucker.
Did you see the look on Joe Rogan's face when he pushed his mic into the camera? Yo,
He broke the camera.
He broke the camera. Joe Rogan was pissed. But you know what? Good for you, Joe Rogan, because, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit irritated when he comes out and makes these comments about, because I don't know if you guys watched the whole UFC, but afterwards he made a comment. He goes, you know, this isn't wrestling. Everything is real in the octagon. It's like, Joe, shut the fuck up.
Joe Rogan is on cocaine 24/7. He
Right?
doesn't know what's real and what's fake.
Wasn't that the same guy who was talking shit about CM?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All he do is talk about
Yeah.
CM Punk the
So-
whole
And
fight.
you
He's
defended
ridiculous.
him.
Don't get me started.
Now here's the thing why I say that this was all rigged. Number one, Daniel Cormier, he looks not. Come on, man, he's not a fighter. Stop. That fight was rigged. Okay, my opinion. The shit was rigged. Then, if you listened, he kept saying, "Touch me now, you sleep later." Like he said it like 5 times because he thought the mic was on him. And when he realized the mic wasn't on him, then he goes, yeah, touch me now, and then you sleep later. If that's not a WWE promo, I don't know what the fuck is. Because normally when they tell you to say a line, you keep saying it until it's heard. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then, if you watch actually go on Wrestling POV page and you'll see the clip that when Brock pushed him, he barely touched his ass and he went flying. Then, whoa. You got company, Rick?
It was Daniel Cormier leaving.
Oh my god. Anyway, so then when Brock pushed him or slightly nudged him and he went flying, did you see that little motherfucker that was trying to stop Brock? Watch it again. The minute Brock pushes him, some fucking dwarf-looking dude tries to push Brock out the way.
Not that there's anything wrong with dwarfs.
But that shit was funny. That shit was well. He was about your height, Mimi. But the thing that was fucked up, how I know that this was rigged, was Dana White approached that guy and kind of pushed him off to the side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he said something to him, and the guy left. So I mean, yeah, granted, don't put your hands on people, but come on, man, you can't tell me this wasn't rigged. Well, what would make this more awesome is if Braun Strowman was there and says, "I'm catching this motherfucker!" Right?
See, now, for all those UFC smarks, son, WWE's 100 times better. Because at least we know it's fake. You guys are the ones.
Well, you don't say the fake word, Rick. You don't say the F word, Rick.
We know it's entertainment.
We know it's scripted.
Thank you. You're 20 plus years, Rick. You should know that.
You should know that.
It was a Freudian slip. I'm sorry.
All right.
Well, since we talked about cocaine, Mike Kanellis is 1 year sober, guys.
Really?
Congratulations, yeah.
Wasn't he in WWE for 2 years?
Mike Kanellis, he's been in WWE for about a year now after his with the what was it? The love that they were trying to do with him and his wife Maria.
Yeah, it never came back.
He's on Monday Night Raw, and if you saw the Bobby Lashley Roman Reigns little beef they had, he was all over that camera. He's like, "Yo, where's the camera?" Bobby. He was making sure he was on camera.
Oh Jesus!
Yo, I mean, I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing. I mean, in my history, whenever I see a camera, I go near it. You know,
yeah.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
So anyway, Mike Kanellis, congratulations. Phenomenal shape, by the way.
Did you just congratulate Mike Kanellis?
Yeah, well, for the 1 year sobriety.
I thought you meant to beat us in camera.
And because he's in great shape. I mean, the guy turned his life around.
Like, yeah, he's trying to get in the camera. Congratulations. Way to try to put yourself on TV.
Oh, my Lord.
205 Live News, Cedric the Entertainer, Alexander, is still your Cruiserweight champ after he defeated Hideo Itami. So I guess the Cruiserweights are never getting on pay-per-views ever again. Caitlyn's returning to WWE as she has entered the Mae Young Classic.
I thought she was going to do commentary. She's entering it?
She's entering it.
Wow.
Yeah.
My girl, Caitlyn.
All right.
She's the one that sports the militia shirt. She was sponsoring.
Who? Exactly. NXT news: Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong become NXT champions for a second time after they defeated the new champs from like 2 weeks ago, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate.
Messed up.
Yeah. And that is all I have.
Alrighty. Let's go straight on to the rumors. Extreme Rules. All right. They plans to set Daniel Bryan up to face either Kane or Miz at SummerSlam. The direction they choose will be another sign of how WWE feels contract negotiations with Bryan are going. Yeah, because his contract is up in September, so.
Yeah, well, how don't you... why is it even Miz and Daniel Bryan or Daniel Bryan versus Kane?
Yeah.
How is that even, like, a question?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Oh, Lord.
Stupidos.
Yep. So, will that render your decision for the game, though?
No.
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 Okay. All right. Just asking. Now, a rumored SummerSlam match. You guys ready for this one?
No.
John Cena versus The Undertaker.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess apparently John Cena doesn't want to seek revenge and da-da-da, so.
And lose again.
Well, they're two part-timers, okay.
That's
So
true.
moving on.
Yeah.
Part-time is like 15 hours a week. They're like...
They're per diem.
Volunteer.
They're per diem as needed.
They're on call.
On call as needed.
Alright, so now Brock Lesnar is confirmed for SummerSlam and Monday Night Raw the next evening.
We'll see.
So yeah, because there was a lot when he was at when he was on UFC, everybody panicked and freaked out, and they said, "Oh my God, he ain't coming back. Or he's not going to fight on SummerSlam." You know.
Well, we actually have audio of Brock Lesnar announcing about SummerSlam. Here it is. SummerSlam! I'm coming for you, motherfucker!
Right? Oh my God. That was too funny. All right, that's all I got for the rumors. Yeah, that's all I got. Let's go straight on to Raw Notes.
Whoa. We got some injuries to go over.
You know what? I was just about to say that if you gave me 2 more seconds.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Before we go on to Raw Notes, we have to go over the injuries. Take it away, Rick.
Now, I'll be messed up if I said I don't have any injuries, right? No, so we do have 2 injuries, unfortunately. Fandango tweeted out he's going to be out 6 to ? Months.
Yeah, he had shoulder surgery.
Oh, right? Shoulder surgery.
Shoulder surgery.
Shoulder surgery?
Say that real quick, Mimi.
Shoulder surgery.
Rick, say it 3 times real quick.
Shoulder surgery.
We're ready.
All right. I guess he has shoulder surgery.
Yeah, shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
Shoulder surgery. Shoulder. All right, and speaking of boobs, Charlotte will be back in 3 weeks after she ruptured her boob.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I don't care that Charlotte hasn't been around. I haven't even noticed.
That's messed up. Jesus.
Notice Becky's been winning, though. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, and then when Charlotte comes back, she'll be losing again. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just saying.
Just saying. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You don't know what I'm saying.
All right, time for
What?
Run Outs!
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, so Raw started out with Roman Reigns walking through in the back and then Bobby Lashley standing right there. And then he dares him. He says, hey, yeah, I dare you to call me out. See what happens, son.
He goes, hey, son.
Yeah, so
He's
Roman,
like, yeah.
So then Roman Reigns goes to the ring and calls out Bobby Lashley.
So that's what happens for all of Roman's promos. that footage wasn't supposed to be shown.
Yeah.
So like, all right, so we're gonna go out there. You're gonna go out there. And you're gonna call me out. All right.
So he calls out Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out and they start talking shit. Kurt Angle. Whoa! Breaking news.
Breaking news, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley
Calls out Roman.
calls out Roman Reigns.
No, Roman Reigns calls out Bobby Lashley.
Same shit.
All right.
So he calls him out, and Kurt Angle comes out and goes, hey, we're not having this here, da-da-da, this and that. And they all started duking it out. The whole roster came out to do the pull apart. Bobby Lashley was messing Roman Reigns up.
Yo, he hit him with a right that just yo, man.
And then, of course, Roman did the jump over the top rope and onto Bobby Lashley, which pretty much destroyed him. Destroyed everybody, actually. So, which was pretty cool. Good way to start off. Except for Mike Kanellis still had his hairdo intact. So, good start for Raw. About time. I love pull-aparts like that.
It's been the same thing though with Kurt Angle.
No, what? When was the last time they did a pull-apart like that?
Yo,
That was a while ago.
Should be like a third base coach because his wind-up to get people to go.
Yeah.
Come on, come on.
But then not only that, Constable Corbin too. He's like just staring at Kurt Angle. What are you gonna do?
He's like, Kurt Angle's like, watch this.
Yeah.
This is how you get it.
Oh man! All right, so then the first match: Nia Jax and Natalya versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. The winners were Nia Jax and Natalya. Jax pinned James with a leg drop. After the match, Bliss attacked Jax with a kendo stick. Then Jax grabbed that shit. Yeah, kendo. And then Jax broke that shit. And she was going after Bliss, fleeing. So, gotta see where this comes into play for the picks. Then they show this bullshit again with Sasha Banks and Bayley doing therapy. I'm not getting into that. The match, Mojo Rawley versus No Way Jose. I thought they were going to save this for the pre-show, but they went ahead and did it anyways, and Mojo won. And from what I've been hearing is that Mojo's been wrestling against Bobby Roode in house shows and beating him clean.
Wow.
Yeah. So, a push for Mojo Rawley? No?
Poor Bobby.
Yeah, poor Bobby. But poor Noe Jose, too. I think with Noe Jose, I think they need to get rid of that conga line for once. And you know, just have him wrestle because the man can wrestle.
I know.
I love his matches in NXT, man.
I know.
Yeah, I know. All right, so then up next, Seth Rollins. Yeah, that too. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler argued about who would win at Extreme Rules. All right. Ziggler and McIntyre accusing Dolph of having sex with a sheep. Is that right? That happened?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This set up I didn't read that. Like, I have it in my notes, but I don't remember that. This set up the main event of Rollins versus McIntyre with the stipulation that if McIntyre loses, he is banned from ringside at Extreme Rules. And then up next it was Bo Dallas versus Matt Hardy. Bray Wyatt. Oh, what?
It should have been Bray Wyatt. I don't know what they were doing.
I think they're still holding him back because of the injuries from the car wreck. But I think he'll be ready to go on by weekend.
Yeah.
Curtis Axel caused the distraction at ringside, allowing Dallas to hit a suplex and pin Hardy. So, of course, the age-old question of if they win on Monday Night Raw before the pay-per-view, they tend to not win on the pay-per-view. So, will that render your decision?
Yep.
It will.
Well, also, if you listen to the third wheel, Rick Serrano Lillard.
Up next, it was Ember Moon. He read your mind. Go ahead, Rick. What was it?
The Revival was watching backstage, and I said the Revival was next for a WWE Championship opportunity. And who would you rather see at SummerSlam? The B Team versus the Revival, or Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the Revival?
The B Team versus Revival.
Well, there you go. That's why you're gonna lose.
All right. So now, Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. I like the push they're giving Ember Moon, and she beats Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
With a roll-up, though. Ember didn't even do her finisher. Then up next was Baron Corbin and Elias. Before the match even started, Elias did a singing thing. It was classic. They defeated Bobby Roode and Finn Balor. Corbin pinned Roode after end of days. So,
how does Elias have a match at Extreme Rules and Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor is happening?
Well, Elias is still going to do a little segment at Extreme Rules.
But it's going to get drier. It's going to get dry soon. You have
think so?
to push now. So look at Braun Strowman. They dropped the ball so many times with him. I know they're giving him a big push now, but really, are they?
He's right. I mean, look at Rusev. You said that he's dried up,
and he is especially after SmackDown. But no, you may be right. But I think with Elias, the only thing going for him right now is that his singing. I don't think it's dried up yet because it's still funny. My dog Bailey's attacking my foot.
Is it because of the coins?
Yeah, she was hungry.
Yeah. All right. So then Kurt Angle, he made the match of Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in a steel cage. I don't know why I said it like that. All right. So then the main event, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. This was a really good match, and I was really rooting for Drew McIntyre, not just to only win, but to throw a good match against somebody like Seth Rollins, because Drew McIntyre is a big motherfucker. He's big. And
How big is the big motherfucker?
And to try to keep pace with somebody like Seth Rollins, I thought he was going to have a difficult time, but he didn't. It was a really, really good match, and he ended up winning, which shocked the hell out of me. So now, with that being said, with Seth Rollins losing, well, that means he will win the IC title back at Extreme Rules.
No.
I'm just saying. So now I'm just going to throw this out there. The good and bad of Raw. And soon it will be the good, the bad, and the ugly of Raw. That'll be next week. This week is just the good and the bad. Okay. The good, I think, was just the fact that the match was set up for Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman in a steel cage. I thought that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. The bad, I think it was a missed opportunity because they did not mention nothing about Brock Lesnar. Now, I say this, but then I thought to myself, you know what? I think it was better off.
And I thought to myself, what a wonderful
world. Okay, that Brock Lesnar wasn't mentioned.
No, but the reason why I'm saying that it was a good idea that they didn't, and the reason why they kept him off TV, and I'm thinking, and I had to think, what would the WWE do? Okay, what would they do? And but the thing is, who has the briefcase right now?
Braun
Strowman. They've been pushing Braun as a guy who doesn't give a damn, that he'll go after him anytime, anywhere. So that's why they haven't put him on TV. So that's why I was kind of like, that's probably why. So, but still, they still should have mentioned him, my opinion. Then the good, a really hot start to the beginning of the show.
That Braun Strowman wasn't.
Yeah. The bad. I did not like the fact that there was some top wrestlers in that pull apart. Like Finn Balor shouldn't have been in there. Bobby Roode shouldn't have been in there. Corbin shouldn't have been in there. Guys like Mike Kanellis, he should have definitely been in there. Titus O'Neil and them guys, they should have been in there. But I don't like that. It's like kind of, I don't know. They're gonna, in the pull apart, there's always one wrestler breaking apart and making them guys look like chumps. And to me, it kind of degraded them a little bit. That's all. The good, for me, the fact that Drew McIntyre won. Loved it. The bad, Sasha Banks and Bayley therapy session. And the good, if Rick said it earlier, the revival in the title picture finally. I don't know.
Maybe.
And then, yeah, who knows? And then in the bad for me was the Jinder Mahal still doing that Tantra thing. I don't know why, where they're going with it. To me, it's stupid, and they need to stop immediately.
Immediately.
Say it, Rick.
Immediately.
I'm saying immediately so much that I think it needs to be put in the book.
No.
What?
Yes, I want
I
to
don't
put.
think so.
You don't want to put
No.
Jinder Mahal's Tantra.
Oh,
in
I
the
thought
book.
you said immediately.
No, not immediately. I'm saying put Jinder Mahal's Tantra in the book.
That should have changed.
No.
Well, the Tantra and the mantra, actually.
Oh, the mantra. That's what I meant to say. If you gave me 2 more seconds.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So the mantra that Jinder Mahal is doing should be put in the book.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Rick, do the honor.
All right, Jinder Mahal, deep breath in, deep breath out.
Wow. All right. So that is your Raw notes. All right. We're going to take a quick pause for the cause. When we come back, we're going to go over SmackDown Breakdown. And then it will be time for the WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view points game. WPOV style. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle. Listen to the Wrestling POV podcast. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Wrestling POV podcast is associated with the Collar and Elbow brand. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com and save yourself 10% by using promo code WPOV. That's WPOV. That's WPOV. Save yourself 10% by using promo code WPOV. The Collar and Elbow brand helps and supports local indie wrestlers and support the greatest wrestling podcast of all time, Wrestling POV, by using promo code WPOV. The Collar and Elbow brand, they have t-shirts, they got hats, and ladies and gentlemen, hear it right now. They now have sunglasses. Yes, you heard it here first. Sunglasses. When you're in New Mexico and the sun is shining, what do you need? Sunglasses. Get them at collarandelbowbrand.com.
Yay.
Finally, we did it nicely.
Okay, Mr. Rick, were you hanging out with Mike Kanellis?
Oh.
All right.
None of that TV time.
Yep, all right.
Yeah.
It's time for the SmackDown Breakdown!
Are you ready? Break it down! Degenerate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. Like a freak boy, yeah. Like a freak little man. Break it down!
Alright, so SmackDown opens up with Miz TV.
Yep. Burying the Miz.
The Miz is going back to obscurity. He needs his wife. Boom, I said it.
What?
Boom, I said it. He needs Maurice. I'm sorry.
You think so?
I know so, Tony. Where was he a couple years ago? Obscurity. When Maurice came back, top of the game. Then all of a sudden, New Day.
Now, what about the Miztourage?
Never as good as he was with Maurice.
Okay. All right.
And guess who was holding back to Mr. Raj?
Who?
The Miz. Did they ever get a tag team title shot?
No.
There you go. Alright, so SmackDown opens up with Miz TV with Team. Oh, hell no.
Oh, boy.
That's what they should be called. Not Team Hell no. Team
Hell no.
It'll be more entertaining because I am not entertained at all by what anything Daniel Bryan and Kane have to say. Daniel Bryan and Miz were going back and forth, and Miz showed some clips about how Team Hell No shouldn't be together, and he called Kane irrelevant, and Kane grabbed him by his neck, and the Bludgeon Brothers came out and bludgeoned everything, and then Sanity came out and sanitized everything, and then the New Day came out and pancaked everything, and they booked a big 10-man tag team player match for the main event. Paige, girl,
bye.
you are not 10 long. It wasn't cute then, and it ain't cute now.
Exactly. Jesus.
Stop with the goddamn tag team matches.
Right?
Jesus. Yeah. Alright, AJ Styles versus what? Wait, is this 3 months ago? I'm reading this right. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Why?
Can I get an amen?
Amen, Homer.
No.
What in the hell are they doing with this?
What in tarnation?
Is this what you got to throw out there, SmackDown? It's no wonder why you lost like 5 weeks in a row. This is terrible. Yeah, AJ versus Shinsuke. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
How about Rusev's commentary, though?
Rusev is amazing. Rusev is amazing. He's hilarious. I love the guy. I think he needs more mic time. Let him talk. Yes. You didn't like it?
Yeah, it was alright. It's just, I'm used to the heavy accent at Rusev, you know?
Survey says.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey wanted to jump in on this.
Wrong show, Steve.
I get it. I understand what you're saying with the whole accent thing, but the guy's funny.
He is.
Yeah. But I think what it is because he's not going to win. And to me, it's like, this is a big waste of time.
Yo, if he wins, though.
Oh, boy. But think about it, though. If he wins, that means that's going to be the main event match at SummerSlam. You know?
No, that means he's going to lose on the following SmackDown.
That's messed up.
AJ's like, well, you want to keep saying all this and all.
Oh, he went there.
So this match ended up in a DQ in which AJ Styles wins, and then what happens? Jeffrey Hardy comes out, and then what happens? Paige comes out and announces, "There's gonna be a time team match, player." AJ Styles and Jeffrey Hardy versus Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. Rusev and Nakamura actually win clean.
Yeah.
To Mosca kick from
So
Rusev.
then again, thinking again, does that mean either one, Jeff being pinned, does that mean he's going to retain? And being that Rusev pinned and to get the win, does that mean he's going to lose?
Alright. The thing is with this, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I'll get into it more the pay-per-view points game.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
I'm just saying.
Speaking of ridiculous, lumberjack match, Asuka versus James Ellsworth. Do I have to go over this?
Oh, no.
Asuka wins. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
Matsura. Speaking of Matsura, Cicada versus Andreas Cianalmas. Now, why don't you say this for the week after the pay-per-view? Why waste my time? You're building for a pay-per-view, and you're putting out Sin Cara versus Andreas Cianalmas in a match. Listen, the match wasn't terrible, but it makes no sense.
It's a squash match.
It wasn't that bad. I think Cara had some offense.
No. This is a squash.
But you know, it's predictable.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
But again, if you want to build something, do it after Extreme Rules. I don't get why you. I guess they just wanted to get the story out. Just he's done with Sin Cara, and then he moves on.
Yeah.
And fights AJ Styles at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I would like that match though, but to me, I was like, it's like they told the story that was told already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like Sin Cara was like, yeah, I knew him since he was 14. He was my friend.
Not no more.
Not no more. I don't get it. And then some.
Excuse me.
And then
There's only room for one puppet, Mr. Counts.
Oh damn. Damn. Sorry, man.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Speaking of something that shouldn't be on TV, Team Hell No and the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers Insanity. Yo, Team Hell No and the New Day win. Sanity loses. Sanity's gonna be fighting New Day on the pre-show in a tables match.
For the third time in a row, Sanity lost.
So that means Sanity is definitely winning the tables match.
Yeah, but not only that, Rick, you skipped a bunch. What the hell was the references to NSYNC or Nuclear Block?
Listen, I'm sorry, Tony. I didn't want to go over that.
But you had to.
Preposterously terrible. Why the hell is a big red machine chain referencing NSYNC?
Exactly. But not only that though, I'm like, if it came from New Day, I would expect that. But it came from Kane, the big red monster. He's supposed to be the devil's favorite demon, and he's quoting NSYNC.
I mean, I heard he's a Lance Bass fan. Maybe that's what it was.
Could be.
Also, I also forgot to mention Ellsworth is going to be in a shark cage.
Yep.
I wonder if he's going to drop the spray bottle from the shark cage to Carmella.
Makes you want to go, predictable.
Exactly.
Well, that is your SmackDown breakdown. It's now time for Raw versus SmackDown. All right, not terrible.
Not bad. You got it. Got it.
Raw is ahead 8-4 now, guys. It's been a pattern. The first 4 weeks went to Raw, then the next 4 weeks went to SmackDown, and the last 4 weeks went to Raw. Every Tuesday after SmackDown, you the fans get to vote on which show you know is better, and it can kind of influence us. We listen to what people have to say. But like Tony said earlier, as the poll read about Chris Benoit going into the Hall of Fame, you guys don't know what you're talking about. But we love you and help support the show and once again share and like everything we do.
Yeah.
You guys voted for SmackDown and gave SmackDown 80% of the vote
Jesus Christ.
for this week.
SmackDown?
SmackDown got 80% of the vote.
Alright, when do you put this poll up?
I put it up every Tuesday after SmackDown airs.
Well, I think you should put it on every Monday after Raw airs, and we'll see what happens.
But you kind of can't do that though, because SmackDown's on Tuesday.
I know.
The way these people are voting, SmackDown will still get the votes.
Which one was it exactly?
Guys,
you can make it vote and then they can switch it. I've done it so many times before the poll ended.
I am SmackDown's biggest fan, guys, but you guys are
smoking.
You guys are smoking what Mike Kanellis smoked about a year ago.
Probably NSYNC fans.
Probably NSYNC fans, exactly.
How in the hell did you vote for SmackDown 80%? Nothing happened.
Nothing.
As far as a go-home show, too, nothing
balls.
led into it, but anyway.
Lord, nothing happened.
Right.
And this was the Extreme Rules. I mean, this is for the vote, guys. If it's for me, this is definitely.
But then again, though, too, and then again, the fact of them showing Danny Bryan again 3 times.
3 times.
In this whole,
1,
it's
2,
like
3.
I don't want to hear people complaining about them seeing Roman all the damn time. He was only in one segment. That was in the beginning, and that was it.
Word.
So check yourselves before you wreck yourselves.
But just check yourself before you wreck yourself. Just
check yourself before you wreck yourself. Alrighty. Alright, so Dini, what's your vote?
Raw.
What'd you say, Rick?
I said you guys are all voting for Raw, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because they stole the show, and that's why the cops have been called. Alright, so Raw has won 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
SmackDown, you're losing it again. Last year, you were close down.
No.
They're not even close.
5 weeks in a row you've lost.
Well, ever since Shane McMahon took over, they've been losing. You noticed that, right?
Yeah.
Well, ever since Shane hasn't been on TV.
Yeah, I was going to say, he hasn't even been on TV
But like
for
I
a
said,
while.
he took it over.
Okay. Alrighty, so there you go. Alright, you know what? Before we do the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, let's go over the book real quick. Alright, Corey Graves' hairdo.
Stays.
Brock Lesnar's part-time gig definitely stays. No Way Jose's conga line.
Stays.
WWE writers.
Stays.
Taz.
Stays.
Nia Jax promo skills.
It could come out.
Really?
Yeah.
Rick?
She did talk. She just broke a stick. So I think that's a lot better than what she normally does. So I can say you can
take her off. Alright, New Day's pancakes.
Stays.
Kurt Angle's cell phone.
Stays.
The announced team.
Stays.
Corporate Corbin's outfit.
Stays, definitely.
Roman's vest.
It could come out.
No, he's still wearing
I
it.
like it though.
Oh, too bad. Road Dogg.
Definitely after that SmackDown.
After that SmackDown, people remember he is the writer for SmackDown. All right, Jinder's mantra, not tantra, mantra.
Stays.
New entrance. Yes. So, all right. So let's go into the Wrestling POV WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view point game. All right, to explain it real quick, this is how it goes. Each match is worth a certain amount of points. You have, let's just say the New Day versus Sanity tables match is only worth 5 points. So you have up to 5 points to wager on that match. If you think New Day is going to win and you want to wager all 5 points, go right ahead. If they win, you get those 5 points. But if they lose, you lose those 5 points also, and you could be in the negative, and Beanie knows all about being in the negative.
I sure do.
Now, but you don't have to wager all 5 points. You can wager 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. Easy as that. The championship matches, some of them are 10 points. So make sure you do it wisely. At the end of the pay-per-view, we determine the winner. Well, not determined, but based on the number of points, whoever wins becomes the new Wrestling POV champion. Second place becomes the interstate champion. And third place becomes overseas champion. And, of course, the ultimate prize. If you are dead last, you become the bottom of the barrel award winner. And your face gets put on the toilet.
Actually, this pay-per-view, everybody else is going to be exempt from the bottom of the barrel.
Well, it's because there's only 2 people.
There's only 2 people.
Jazzy J and Rick.
Mm-hmm.
It's really only one person.
Yeah. So,
Jazzy J,
of course, the current champion, Elio Canella, is our current champion. And the interstate champion is Jazzy J. And, of course, yours truly is the overseas champion and the first ever Triple Crown winner. So now my thing is I want my belt back. All right, so let's get ready for Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Opening match, these are not in order, people, so don't get it twisted. New Day versus Sanity tables match. This is only worth 5 points. I'm going to go with Sanity. They have to win. They have to win. They lost 3 in a row. So I'm going with Sanity. I'm going to go all 5 points. Sanity.
Why you copy me?
Sorry, my bad.
I did Sanity, 5 points.
Alrighty, Rick.
Well, that's because you guys both copied me. I picked Sanity.
All right, up next, we got Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. This is only worth 5 points also. Mimi Goody.
Finn Balor, 5 points.
She went Finn Balor, Rick?
I have to go with the Finn Balor, 5 points.
And I'm also going with Finn Balor, 5 points. Prince Devitt.
Wow.
All right, up next, we got Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage match. Rick, who you got? 5 points.
Kevin Owens.
Really? Why are you going Kevin Owens?
He's gonna throw him through the cage or something.
But not only that, he's been Herb too many times. So I also am going to go with Kevin Owens. I'm going to go 3 points. Right. Wait, how many points you went, Rick?
The same thing, so don't act like you didn't hear me.
No, I really didn't. I really didn't. Mimi.
And I went with Braun Strowman, 3 points.
Oh! Alrighty then.
Interesting.
All right, up next, it is for the Raw Tag Team Champions. It is the Deleter of Worlds versus the B Team. I only did 5 points on this one. At first, I was going to go with the B Team because I'm like, you know what? They're due. It would be awesome. But they've been winning way too much. I was hoping that they would lose at least one or twice, and that didn't happen.
One or twice?
One or twice. So, shut up. So, I'm going with Dow, and I'm going to go 4 points. The leaders of world. So, Mimi Goody.
I went with the B Team, 4 points.
Really? All right, good for you. Rick.
All right. Lucky there's only 2 people to be on the bottom of the barrel. How many? I'm going with the Deleter of Worlds, 3 points.
All righty. Now, up next, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Bludgeon Brothers versus Team Hell No. This is only worth 5 points. Mimi, who you got?
Bludgeon Brothers, 4 points.
Rick.
Bludgeon Brothers, 5 points.
I'm also going Bludgeon Brothers, 5 points. I think The Miz is going to interfere in this match, costing them the title. So that way, it takes them out of the tag team scene too.
Yes.
All right, up next is for the United States Championship, Jeff Hardy, who is the champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This one is worth 10 points. Rick, who you got?
All right, see, now this is where I get a little, this is what I want to talk about earlier. So, 2 times, both Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura went for a championship match, and both times on the same card, they both lost.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
3rd time is a charm. Shinsuke Nakamura is going to win this title, 7 points.
You took the words right out of my mouth, too. Yeah, it's time for Shinsuke to win. I think Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy is hurt. I think there's something going on with him. It's something going on. Exactly. Lately. And I think he's going to need a break for a little bit. So I'm also going to go with Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to go 8 points. Mimi.
8 points, wow.
Yeah, man.
And I went Nakamura 6, so 6, 7, 8.
Oh, wow. Did you hear that? Mimi knows how to count 6, 7, 8.
Wow, just 7 and 9?
She don't know that yet.
Oh. Also, a little prediction. After Shinsuke Nakamura wins, the following Tuesday, we're going to be hearing voices in our head as Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton will be fighting at SummerSlam.
Oh, that's right. Randy's been out for a while, huh?
Yep.
Shit. Yep. All right, up next, it's Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. 5 points. Rick, is it Rick's turn? Yeah, Rick.
Yeah, no, you went first. I just went first.
Did you?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
Wait, so then it's me. I'm going to go Bobby Lashley. 3 points. Mimi.
3 points?
Yeah.
I went Bobby 5.
Damn. All right. Rick.
I'm going Bobby 5 points.
Damn. All right. And then, up next, SmackDown Women's Championship. Carmella versus Asuka. This is 10 points. Mimi, who you got?
I did Asuka versus at 10 points.
Okay. Rick?
Now, see, the thing is, I'm risking a lot here. I'm risking, if I lose to Jazzy J, which is preposterous, I'm going to the bottom of the barrel automatically, and then I got to rip my shirt. However, you don't become a 3-time wrestler. Okay! We know!
2.5, but go ahead.
10 points.
I'll ask you 10 points. Wow. Yeah, I also think it's time for the Japanese to take a title.
Take the reins.
Take the reins, and I'm going to go with Asuka. You know what? Nix that. I'm going to stick with Carmella. I still think James Ellsworth is going to interfere somehow. But I'm going to go 6 points. Carmella. Yeah. All right, up next is for the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax Extreme Rules match, and this one is 10 points. Rick, who you got?
I'm going Little Miss Bliss, 6 points.
I also am going to go with Alexa Bliss because Ronda Rousey's going to be on ringside, and you know she's going to interfere because it's an Extreme Rules match. I'm going with Alexa Bliss, 10 points. Mimi.
Well, I've been thinking.
Alrighty then.
Wow, don't hurt yourself.
And Little Miss Bliss is also going to have, what's her face there, with her new BFF, Mickey James.
Mickey James.
Okay. And I'm thinking that, yes, there's going to be some sort of interference. And Alexa Bliss is going to be, disqualified. Nia Jax is going to win
By disqualification.
by a disqualification, and Alexa's going to keep her title belt.
All right. Mimi.
See, this is why Mimi can't think.
No DQ.
Oh, okay. So then it's Alexa Bliss. Okay. Alexa Bliss.
How many points?
8 points.
8 points? All right. All right, so up next for the IC Championship, Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins 30-minute Iron Man match. This is 10 points also. I'm going to go with Dolph Ziggler. He's going to retain. I think Seth Rollins is going to be put in the title picture after this, I think.
You said 8?
I didn't say how many points. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go 10 points.
Wow.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler 10. All right, Mimi Goody.
Seth, 6 points.
Really? You think he's going to get the title back? All righty.
See, the thing is, if Bobby wins,
Rick.
shouldn't Bobby get a championship opportunity over Seth? And that's how I'm looking at it. SummerSlam, they're going to want somebody big to take it away from Lesnar.
Yep.
But then what happened with Seth? I'm going to go with Dolph, and I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go with 3 points on Dolph.
Wow.
Dolph, 3 points.
All right, now the main event, the WWE Championship, AJ Styles versus Rusev. This is also 10 points too. Mimi.
AJ Styles, 8 points.
Wow. Rick.
The predictable AJ Styles, 10 points.
Wow. I read it. Nah, I'm going. Shit, my microphone fell. I'm going with AJ Styles, and I'm going all 10 points.
All right.
I mean, that's just. I feel bad for Rusev because where does Rusev go after this?
Exactly. Where does he go?
Obscurity.
You know? Where does Rusev go? Mimi, where does Rusev go?
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Rusev goes to Bulgaria. All right, so that is your WWE Extreme Rules pay-per-view points game. Good luck, all. Of course, the bet of all bets, Rick versus Jazzy J. Whoever beats who? No, whoever loses. If Rick loses, he will not only be put in the bottom of the barrel, but he would also will do a live Facebook video of him tearing up one of thousands of Dolph Ziggler shirts and and gets put in the bottom of the barrel. And if Jazzy J loses, then she will be put in the bottom of the barrel, her face on a turlet, and she will have to buy a Sami Zayn doll because that's who she hates the
And
most.
she's going to get recorded buying the Sami Zayn doll, taking it out of its package.
And carrying it like a baby. And treating it like a baby, too. So, who do you guys vote? Who do you guys think is going to win?
I say Jazzy J, man. Because Rick talks a lot of shit. But, you know,
you got to think about it, too. Like I mentioned earlier, too. He's 0-3 as far as him betting. He's not good with bets.
I know.
So, with that being said, I think Rick's going to break it. I think Rick's going to break it this time.
You guys are putting your faith on Rick like you put your faith on the Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know who I'm going for? I'm going for Jazzy J because Mr. Rick, you talk a lot of shit. You forgot the toilet bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the first time I ever heard Miguel curse. Talk a lot
Oh
of
my
shit.
goodness! I'm so sorry. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
All right, with that being said, that's the end of the show. And of course, we will play a track from the WWE Music Archives, the entrance music. And you guys try to guess who it is, all right? And then we'll play it off to the sunset. And then next week, we will reveal who is the new Wrestling POV champion, who is the new Interstate champion, who is the new overseas champion, and of course,
the new toilet champion.
and who is the new bottom of the barrel champion. Will it be Rick Serrano III, or will it be Jazzy J? Tune in next week to find out. And hey, Extreme Rules.
Matt Novak, win something.
I know, right? He hasn't won in a long time. Jeepers, you know, you gave me 2 more seconds, Rick. I was going to say that myself, but anywho. All right, so that's it for the show. I'm your host, Tony Diaz, along with and the third wheel.
Yeah, Rick Serrano III.
And our intern.
Miguel Cole, adios.
Love, peace, and wrestling. We'll see you next week.
No. Turn that crap off. Turn it off.
That's messed
No.
up.
Oh my goodness, he said no chance. This is so ridiculous.
It's all random, too. Don't figure that shit
Is that
out.
your piece of crap playlist?
That is his piece of crap playlist.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's because we're about to get extreme.
Huh? That's true. That is true.
Let me show the extreme, man.